banished from Earth Classic Game Room broadcasts from the Intergalactic Space Arcade on its never-ending mission to review everything. Welcome to Classic Game Room, where it's time for some good old fighting game action on your Hyper Neo Geo 64. This is Samurai Showdown 64. That was a 5. 4. Everybody get your Hyper Neo Geo 64 ready, because this is 1997's Samurai Showdown 64, otherwise known as Samurai Spirits, a Japanese release on the short-lived, ill-fated Hyper Neo Geo 64. If that thing and the Vectrex got together and had a baby, it would be quite something, possibly the Dreamcast 3. So let's all try to set up a love connection there, because I think everyone watching this show would love a Dreamcast 3, which is backwards compatible with the Sega SG-1000, by the way. And what does that have to do with this game? Not a damn thing. This is an SNK release, a fighting game in the Samurai Showdown series, obviously, with 3D-ish visuals and predictable good old fighting gameplay. I love the style, I love the music. This is very similar to the game that came after this, which I previously reviewed, called Samurai Showdown 64 Warrior's Rage. There's some subtle differences between the two. Most notably, this one is a bit smoother and brighter. And there's some different graphics. Also, Warrior's Rage is just a bit larger and more explosive, but these are really very, very similar. Like Warrior's Rage, you can sidestep back and forth. Each of the characters has two different character styles, light and dark, or whatever it's called. And some wonderful music. This is another game that shows how much better the Hyper Neo Geo 64 sounds than the Neo Geo, which sounds pretty good. So if you decide to ever put a Hyper Neo Geo 64 in your MVS arcade machine, it'll amaze you how much more detail and bass those speakers are capable of reproducing. While I enjoy fighting games and certainly play a lot of them, I'm not an SNK expert like many of you listening. So I'm not sure I can really tell you the big differences between this and Warrior's Rage. If you watch both reviews, you can see there's differences in camera movement, backgrounds, and animation. If you think this looks cool and you've been on the fence about that Hyper Neo Geo 64, sadly there's not many games available for it. I would choose one or the other, this one or Warrior's Rage. You don't need both. Unless you're like SNK Superfan number 1, or Luke Morse. This one is a bit brighter, really easy on the eyes, a lot of fun to play, and sadly not that affordable. And I don't think this has a home console release anywhere. I guess somebody else on the internet will have to answer that for you, but I think it's safe to say that if this does get a home console release, it'll be on the Sega Dreamcast 3. Right up there with Space Channel 64. Which was an absolutely horrible joke. I'm embarrassed that I even said that. I'll edit that out right now. There I go. It's gone. You'll never hear it again. Space Channel 64. That's what we in the industry like to call a major ass whooping right there. When your little fire gauge fills up, you hit the first 3 buttons on your Neo Geo and unleash hell. Unless the other character blocks you, in which case then you're screwed. Now it's that special time on the show when we'll break out the map and thank Lee from Durham, North Carolina for sending this to the show. And I almost never accept loaners, but in this case I understand Lee wants it back. Given the rarity, I don't blame him. I've also got Fatal Fury, Wild Ambition, and Bariki 1 reviews coming, so let's all give a big round of applause to Lee from Durham, North Carolina. If I absolutely had to choose between Samurai Shodown 64 and Samurai Shodown 64 Warrior's Rage, I think I would pick this one. It's just a bit smoother. And even though both games were being played on the exact same monitor, this one seems a little bit brighter. So, there you have it. All the Samurai Shodown action that you know and love, with a 3D-ish style and 64 on the end of the title. So thanks again, Lee. I look forward to playing the other ones at Samurai Shodown 64. Collect it for your Neo Geo 64 today. I can dig this game. I can dig it. Can you?